Everyone, are you marching? You ready? Mic check! Mic check! We're ready to march! We're ready to march! Woo! No, do that again! Woo!
Education, and when they get out, there's no jobs for them. That's why I'm here. I'm here because 6 blocks down the road, there's children living on the wall, on cardboard. That's why I'm here.
Involved in activism where I was living. And so I don't know if I consider myself an activist, but I'm definitely up for coming out and supporting things like this. Education is always a big issue for me, and making sure everybody has access to it. And those people that are getting the access to it then have the opportunities once they, if they go to college and get everything in place to make that happen, then they still have loans, they still can't find jobs. So really, working on trying to figure out how we can getting people the education they need and be making sure that those people are going to have opportunities when they graduate. I think it's something really important.
I think that part of the reasons there's so many issues, in my opinion, is that there's great wealth and power inequality in our country, and I think that's connected to the fact that income inequality has grown, and corporations with a lot of money and people with a lot of money, because of the lack of campaign finance and other factors, have a big influence in our political process. So I think that's what adds to kind of growing inequalities of power in our democratic process. And I think it's connected to a lot of things. So, for example, countries that have more inequality, more income inequality, have higher rates of crime and lower, lower life expectancy, a lot more health problems. I think that we need to invest more in people, invest more in early life, invest more in kids, have more money going to early life support, so that parents be able to stay home with their kids during the first months of life and have it be paid. Have better education for our kids. Education, if you educate people, if they have good early life support, they live longer, they are healthier, there's less crime. And I'm worried right now that we're pulling away from that, and more money is being taken away from those programs. So that's why I'm here.
Wow, that's kind of interesting. I see a thread here, a consistency that people feel that there's income inequality. My question is, who's to blame for that inequality? Is it the government? Is it the people? Who's responsible? Do we share in it? And if so, what's the limits that the government should go to fix this inequality? And how much do we just need to, band together and fix this ourselves?
I think that it is a dual responsibility between the government and therefore, I guess some of the people who elect them, but also the corporations. If you look at two countries that have a lot less income inequality than us, Japan and Sweden, they have two different varying models. In Japan, there's just executives aren't paid as much, here it's something like 400%
Sure.
times the average worker. It's much smaller there, and it's not because of regulations, it's because of history and culture and other things. And in Sweden, it's taxes.
Sure.
And I think that there's some combination of the two. I think that there needs to be more taxation at the higher levels, but I think that it's also a question of corporations agreeing to pay a living wage and deciding to be socially responsible. And I looked at Ben and Jerry's site, and they've endorsed the occupation, and that's something that they take very seriously, having a living wage for their employees. So it can be something that comes out of the government. I don't think it needs to be something that only comes, that it's only taxation. I think it's the responsibility of local government and state government and national government and also corporations because there's many ways to fix it. It doesn't just take one.
I find that interesting. All right, well, we've just been talking with Natalie, and she's been kind enough to let me get her on camera. So I'm just going to wrap it up. But as you can see here, I've got all kinds of issues that are represented, and we'll see if we can get to each of them one by one, I suppose.
Are ridiculous. Their demands are childish and they are ridiculous, and I am offended by their demands.
That's not our demands. Someone put that out individually.
I am so tired. I couldn't give a damn if Mayor Reed slept in a garbage can. My demand is fix up housing. I pay rent for trash. I'm paying rent faithfully to live in slum. This is not a joke to me. I've been homeless 4 times. This is a joke what these people are doing. They're going down there, they're bringing drugs back, they're selling laptops. They need to have somebody watching what they're doing at night. This is not a joke to me. I am offended by this. I slept in this park 2 days ago. I slept in it for a couple of days. I am offended what I see. Having sex in the tents, this is not what this is about. This is not a joke. This is reality. And if they can't give better demands than this, they need to get these damn tents out of this freaking park. Because, you know what? Yesterday, before I went home to shower and get my thoughts together, I don't want to hear kids say, I don't want my mother and father to see me on the news. What the hell are you doing in here? Mama and Papa's taking care of you. Look around you, there are real homeless people.
First of all, look at me. I'm on your side.
Yeah, well, they need to start talking about some real issues.
How do you shape other humans to follow the direction?
Well, wait a minute. Now,
I don't know how to, I'm frustrated. I'm angry. I don't know what to do.
Okay, now we got to do something, because I am going to have the news people come down here, and this is going to turn around, because these damn tents is not for them to have fun, get high. I sat there and all I could smell is fucking dope. This is, and they have homes. Now, this is not what this protest is about. This is a joke to these people. What they fail to realize, they mess it up for people that really need the Congress attention. They messing this up for everybody. Well, I'm going to go to mayor and I'm going to tell them, clean this shit up.
But that doesn't do any good.
Yes, it does.
Because then we're back to square zero.
They're not here for the right reason.
You and I are. You and I are.
Well,
this is our movement.
Well,
this is our only choice.
Well, then we better get this movement on the right track. And we have to get it on the right track, because I'm fed up. Now I'm fed up because I'm not marching, and I'm not here. I'm not here to please them. I'm here to make a difference. That I want to pay my rent, and I want to live in this place, and I don't want to fight roaches all damn night from crawling on me, and I don't want to fall in through my floor. I want to make a difference that they get these slum landlords and make them responsible, hold them responsible for renting slum, and then clean this dirty ass city up. The pissy smells all over the place. Pressure wash these streets and clean this place up. I want some real demands, not no mommy dearest. These joke. This is not a joke. They need to get the hell out of here if they're not here for the right reasons. And it's not, I am going to march my ass right to Walton Street, and I'm going to tell them, whoever's doing these demands, they better go soak their damn head and get some real demands.
So you know that each individual you can put out your own demands if you wanted to. That's what's happening. Those people are not speaking for occupied land. Those people decided to go to the media with their own voice and say that these were the demands. Those aren't our demands. We haven't agreed on any demands.
But when the congressman...
We can't help what the media puts out. We can't help what people say. We can't help... This is uncontrolled. It's crazy.
But this is coming from Occupy Wall Street. This is what, on the news this morning, this is what he said. Congressman said This is a joke to him. This is like, what kind of demands? Get this man, you got his attention. They need to give him some real demands. Don't come with this childish shit. These people got homes to go to. They brought these tents.
You know we're about 30% homeless people, right?
Well, then they really need to realize that the ones that are real, then we need to have a voice. We need to have a voice. I don't want mommy dearest. I don't want them playing games with the congressman and getting them stirred up and angry. We need to be heard that really are, when you know what it's like to be homeless, when you know what it's like to be hungry. I see the hot dog man coming here last night cooking hot dogs. This shit is not a joke. These people have homes. We don't.
Not all of them have homes. It's supposed to be for everyone else that is not the elite making the decisions, no matter what stage of being fucked we're in. You're in the stage where you're losing your home. I'm in a stage where I can't find a job after I graduate. We're all at different places, but we all think that this is important, and we all want to do something, and we need to be aware that there's so many problems that are going on within this. But this is our movement. We have to find a way through it, and it's not through anger or yelling. It's through thinking.
Okay, loving what you say.
That's all I'm saying to you.
Now, what I'm simply going to say to you is, I sat up underneath that tent in my chair, and what I hear is totally makes my stomach turn.
People are here
because some of
them
here are joke, and it's not a color code to me. This is never a color code. This is, we have the congressman's attention. Now, what I'm angry about is the congressman, what he's got on his table right now is the most ridiculous damn demands, because I don't care. Mayor Reeves have a job, Mayor Reeves have a house, Mayor Reeves have financial status. We don't. I live off of $6.74 a damn month, and it goes completely to my rent. By the second I don't have nothing to buy me, nothing to eat. So what I'm simply saying is, if we're on one accord, let's get a demand that the Congress people can look at and say, my God, they're asking for something decent. They're asking for jobs. They're asking for decent homes. Let this man go on television and say, well, I can't get mad at them for their demands. But to get a demand of wanting Mayor Reeves to sleep in the park, I wouldn't give a damn if he slept in the garbage can.
Wait a minute.